It's Monday morning, and I was busy Sunday night. I was quite busy Sunday night. I did a bunch of trips before midnight, and then since midnight, I've done 5 trips. But I did 10 trips before midnight. The last one was cleared at 3:28, just a little over 2 hours ago. Now it's 5:33, I think, something like that. So I've been sitting and waiting and watching videos, and this morning just slowed right down. But like I said, last night was pretty good. Even though I did a lot of sitting and waiting in the morning hours, I still got $301 on. People were generous with the tips last night, so that was a good thing. Now I'm on my way. It's a foggy morning, very foggy morning. I'm on my way to the bank. And I'm going to deposit some of the cash I made, because I made some cash. Wow, it is foggy. It's like driving through a cloud. But that's all right. Yeah, give me a call now and I won't have time to do it and get back in time for our guy who's chomping at the bit. He was still there last night at 6:15 when I got to the car. I was surprised that he stayed a little longer. Very surprised. But I don't care. I'm just gonna park it, or fuel it and park it. Yeah, wonder what the rest of the week is going to bring. It's just amazing how it just dropped off like that. Well, 4 more nights to go this week. Chaos at airport. Total chaos at airport. Let me out. Let me out. Okay, I'm out. Time is now 5:35 in the morning, the Tuesday morning. And it was a slow night. It was a long night. I watched a lot of video. I was getting into my watch later lists because I'd watched everything that I had been subscribed to already. And I even got a couple hours sleep in there. And I think I had something like 10 trips. 10 trips all night. And most of those were before midnight. I cleared from a trip at 12:45. And I think the one I cleared before that was maybe an hour and a half earlier. So most of my business was done in before midnight. I did have one stroke of great luck in there where my really generous customer had to go to the liquor store just before it closed, and he made it to the liquor store just before it closed, and the fare was like $12. He gave me a 50 and says, "Here, thanks for being, prompt and professional and all that." And I went, wow. Okay, $38 tip. Thank you very much. Thank you. So then I wasn't too worried, because at that point I had $180 on, and it was 1 o'clock. No. Wait a minute. I had $180 on by 1 o'clock, yes, but there were 2 trips after that one between 11 and 12:45. Okay, so now 12:45, I pull into a parking lot. I start to watch videos, and after about an hour and a half, I get sent on a trip, and there was a note on that one saying, "Have a dog. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to dogs. They make my nose run for days after I've had the dog in the car, so I don't want to do that." And then my eyes get all watery and runny, and you know, it's not pleasant. Hate roundabouts. So that was the dog thing, and so I gave the trip back to the system, and I said to the other cab driver right next to me, I asked him, "Do you want a trip?" He says, "Well, what's wrong with it?" I said, "Well, it has a dog." He says, "I love dogs." Okay, fine, go get it. So he drove about 3 blocks and was canceled. I don't know why, but he was canceled. Maybe because I had given the trip back. I really don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Anyways, I waited. I think it had been almost 2.5 hours since the last trip had cleared. I think it was 3 o'clock when I cleared from the next one. And it was not a long trip. It was just going from the gas station to... Where was that trip going? It didn't go far. Oh yeah, okay. From a gas station at Cook and Hillside, and not Cook and Hillside, Douglas and Hillside, down to the Paul's Motor Inn, which now they're calling Soleil for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. Great. So I cleared from that one, and when I was taking my generous customer to the liquor store, somebody else asked me if I could buy her a bottle of vodka and she'd meet up with me later. I said fine. So I bought the bottle of vodka. I still have it with me, and I'm on my way back into town, and oh, it's foggy here. It's getting foggy. Yeah, okay. So I waited and waited and waited and watched some more from my watch later list on YouTube, and got to the point where I was getting really fed up and had to... calls were just not coming in. And finally I got one on Gorge Road. And when the guy got in, he says, "I'm going to the airport." Okay, so my grand total for the night, because this was a it was a $59 fare, but he gave me 65. So I ended up with $255 for the whole night. And I think I had 11 trips. 10 or 11 trips the whole night. Oh, it was scary, but somehow I pulled through. So now I'm going back into town. I'm going to get together with my friend who asked for the bottle of vodka, and I have to wash the car because it rained and it's dirty, and I have to detail the interior for the owner. It's only fair. But then I got to rush and get to my chiropractor appointment, which is at 7. So an hour and 20 minutes from now, I got to see the chiropractor. Isn't that all wonderful? Anyway, 3 more nights to go this week. May they be as lucky as this one was, because it was looking really scary. Okay, here we are again at the airport. Time is now 5:30 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. So it's the end of a Tuesday night, and this Tuesday night went okay until about 10:30, and then suddenly it got quiet. It got quiet, and there were not many calls, and the morning was mostly sitting around watching videos. At one point I went to sleep. I think it was between 11 and 1 o'clock, something like that. Anyway, I'm on my way back into town now. I've got about $285 on, so I'm doing all right. But the only reason I have $285 on is that I had a $67 fare. Actually, it was $61, but he tipped me $6 for the run to the airport. So without that one, and I had to wait for it. I had to wait strategically for it. And so I went to the airport again. And I'm making some money, which I kind of need right now. I got some bills to pay. But these long, slow nights, you just got to get lucky and have some good fares. Good trips when you least expect them. I think I had a couple of them after midnight, and then it got quiet again. I think there was a 2-hour gap between trips a couple of times. And then another one, when I was going for this one, I ended up being sent on another one, but it was half an hour old, and I got there and there was nobody there. Nobody answered the phone, nobody came out. So then I was poised to get this trip, and I had to wait, an hour for it. But that hour of waiting paid off and gave me $67 more, so it was worth doing. Okay, so I've got just enough time to get back into town, fuel up, park it. I'm not going to do anything else this morning, unless, of course, I somehow get a call out this way. I doubt that will happen. Okay, well, 2 more nights to go this week. And let's hope they are also profitable. Time is now 5:39 in the morning, the Friday morning. It has been a long night. I have, I think, 11 trips on, and one of them was good, or one of them was really long. And so I'm left without any time, or I can go wash the car basically and detail the interior and go park it. Lots of waiting, lots of watching video, lots of sleeping. Basically 1 trip an hour all night on average. I think I had my first trip at about, what time was it? 7? Yeah, 7:30. And it was 9 o'clock before I had my second trip. And then after 9, between 9 and 11, I was busy. I was actually busy for a little bit of the night. But for most of the night, it was just sitting and waiting. So I got a total of about $206 on for the whole night. $206. And I doubt that I'm going to get another call. I really doubt it. There's just a lot of waiting, a lot of sitting, waiting, reclining in the seat, going to sleep. really bummed by how slow it is. Where did all the people go? All the people who used to call us, the people, regular people who call us in the morning to go to work. What happened to them all? Are they all taking Ubers? Every last one of them? I don't know. One more night to go this week. Just one more. Well, it's 5:37 in the morning, and I have my doubts about getting another fare because the morning has slowed down considerably from what the evening was. Still, I've done okay. I've got $265 on, which I'm not complaining about at all. That's reasonable. And much of that is cash, so I have enough to go get my groceries. I have enough cash to get my groceries, and I can also I will have some overs for my Interacts, so that's a good thing. My week is coming so close to an end. I'm gonna drive towards the gas station, and if I should happen to get another call on the way there, I might take it, but I might just go there and fuel up and go park it. It's raining this morning, and my last customer was just saying, you know, it's almost like it's fall already. And I said, that's a little bit early, considering that it is the 23rd, I think, of August. Yeah, I noticed the nights being a little bit chillier than they have been of late. So, yeah. Yeah, I can feel the chill in the air and the damp from the rain. Yeah. But the most important part is that my week is just about done. As soon as I park this, that will be it. The week will be done. And do I have any plans for the weekend? Well, last week I got my laundry done. I'll get some groceries. I'll taste some whiskey. I'll put this video together in the morning. I'll call my mother and sister, see how they're doing. Yeah, the routine. Oh, and I'll do the dishes. That's all I'm going to do this weekend. And I'm going to watch videos, of course. What else would you do on your time off? Yeah, and I am tired. I slept much of the morning just because it got quiet. But I did 15 trips, so, you know, that's better than 1 trip an hour on average. And a few of them were of decent length, which always helps a little bit. I had one trip that was way out on, what was the name of that? Estillene Road. No, I'd never heard of Estillene Road before. I had to look it up. And it was up off of Prospect Lake Road. The middle of Prospect Lake Road and both ends of Prospect Lake Road are kind of in an awkward place to get to. So it was quite a drive out. It was a 20-minute drive to get out to Estillene Road. and I'm 3 minutes away, and I get canceled. So I get out there, and there they are at the corner of Prospect Lake and Esteline Road, and they're standing there and they're waving at me. Okay, so they get in, and I asked them, why did you cancel? Well, we didn't know where you were. We knew there was a car coming, but we didn't know how far you were. And I said, well, when you call a cab, you can track it on your phone. There's a little part where you just hit this icon and it says track your phone or track your cab. Oh, well, we were going to call an Uber. That's why we canceled. And I said, well, your chances of getting an Uber way out here are kind of slight. And they said that the app told them it would be 10 minutes. And I'm saying, yeah, they're just trying to get you to book and then make you wait half an hour. Sneaky devils. But I got them into town where they were going in record time from the time that we loaded. And it worked out. And I got a decent tip for it. And the trip was a decent trip to begin with. And a good tip. So I can't complain about that. And that's the one that started to make my night happen better. Yeah. And it was steady business tonight. It was steady. It wasn't one of those where you had to pull teeth to get $200. $265 is much better. And you know that $65 can make all the difference when you're getting your groceries. Yeah. Anyway, I hope yours is better than mine.